Take one of the best companies that makes any entertainment product, whether it be TVs, audio, the PlayStation 5, and imagine what they would do if they set out to make a flagship soundbar piece. You would get the Sony HT-A7000 soundbar. Sony's absolute top-of-the-line audio product that's designed to be paired up with a Bravia or really any other TV, but special features with a Bravia, and provide a really immersive experience from as small and convenient a package as possible. Now, before we talk about how the 7000 produces such a cool, room-filling immersive experience from a single bar, don't forget to subscribe to the Gramophone channel and click that bell icon so you don't miss out on any upcoming highlights. Here's your question of the day. For a soundbar type product, what's the most impressive one you've heard? How does the HT-A7000 do what it does, which is create some really crazy spatial effects out of a product this small? They start by putting 11 different drivers into this unit, configuring them to run in a simulated 7-channel mode that can do really cool methods of beamforming and even utilizing the walls in your room to bounce some sounds off of. And then of course they add things like upward firing Dolby Atmos speakers, 500 watts worth of amplification, and then they add in a few bonuses like additional HDMI connectivity and the fact that this almost operates more like a home theater receiver than it does a soundbar, at least in terms of how it's laid out. You can imagine, being Sony, that this is built to process real Dolby Atmos inputs as well as DTS:X, so that you can get all those spatial effects the way that they're meant to be heard. And on top of that, you can run the bars solo and still get a great experience, but add the matching rears or the matching subwoofer, which is available in 2 different sizes, and talk about your level of immersion going through the roof. But beyond watching movies and TV, you can play back music through this device. Now, it certainly, being a soundbar, does a little bit better with the former of those two, but its musical prowess is nothing to scoff at. It is definitely among the better sounding bars that I've heard when you play music through this device, and it gives you great options for doing so, with built-in Spotify to its own operating system, and then things like good old-fashioned Bluetooth and built-in Apple AirPlay 2. Playing music on this is convenient as can be. And on that note of what's wireless and convenience, this works with voice assistants like Alexa and Google Assistant as well. I had the opportunity to experience this bar with the matching subwoofer and the SA-RS3S surround sound speakers added to it, all of which pair up wirelessly. I spent a fair amount of my last week watching some TV, a couple scenes from some of my favorite movies, and it was pretty good. When you enable the immersive audio on this bar, things really feel like they start flying around the room. The built-in Atmos speakers that bounce off your ceiling actually worked a little bit better than I was expecting. You could tell what was behind you, what was in front of you, and kind of what was like up in space, which was really cool. This has got one more trick up its sleeve. This has sound field optimization, as Sony calls it, or as we like to call it, room correction in a soundbar. And you don't even have to set up any other microphone. It's going to listen from right where it's placed to reflections it hears in your room as it runs through some test tones, and it's going to adjust. It was looking to optimize every effect it could possibly produce, and I heard sounds flying everywhere in my room once I had everything set up. For a bar that does a lot of great processing tricks, that manages to pack 11 drivers, 500 watts, excellent connectivity and features into something that can fit underneath a TV, low profile and incognito. It's really cool what Sony's pulled off, and it's definitely among the best sounding bars that I've heard. So if you're ready for one of the most immersive soundbar experiences that you can possibly have, and one that is expandable to using an additional sub or extra side surrounds, you got to take a look at the HT-A7000, and you can find it at the link down below on Sky by Gramophone for a price of $1,198. So be sure to click on that link, and don't forget to stop by any of the Gramophone locations. You'll find us in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. We also have that beautiful kitchen design center in Hunt Valley. All right, everybody, if you learned something today or you felt like you had a good time, make sure you click that like button, and don't forget to chat with me down below in the comments. And of course, don't forget about that question of the day as well. Thank you all for being here. Be seeing you.